What's up, guys? I'm back again with another Advent Calendar video for you. Today we have another tank destroyer. We have the Skorpion G. So a few days ago we had the SU-130 PM, and now we have the Skorpion. These two tanks often get compared, but to be honest, they play very, very differently. Although both can snipe, the Skorpion is one of these that can be a bit more flexible due to the fully rotating turret. So what does the Scorpion do that the SU-130 PM does not? Like I say, fully rotating turret. This gets slightly lower average damage per shot compared to the SU. However, I kind of feel like this is probably the better option of the two for most players, and for a couple of reasons. I'll start with the gun. So the gun on this is going to be a little less derpy, which you might think, oh, but the SU is better for sniping. Well, yeah, it is, because the SU has better camo than this thing, and is still fairly accurate. This gun is this gun's ridiculously good, and it's the German 128mm gun, 246 AP pen, 311 APCR pen, both for 490, 65 HE pen for 630. Very, very accurate gun. 0.3 base accuracy, 2.1 second base aiming time. Really solid gun. Basically, these are essentially the base stats that I've got on this because I don't have a crew in this one, because this is the version that's on sale, and this is the one where you can put any camo you want on it. Whereas Scorpion G, which is this one, which is the one I've actually played, is exactly the same in every way. Just it has a preset camo that you cannot change. So, gun is really good, decent reload, nothing special as far as reload goes, but it's 490 alpha. You're not going to get the most insane reload out of it, but it's going to be good nonetheless. Survivability, compared to the SU, this thing does have a little more armor. So this thing does have a bit more, but it's only going to be on the hull. The turret's still going to be just as thin as the entirety of the SU-130 PM. But if someone hits the hull, if it's at a weird angle and they're firing HE, then, there's a potential for it to not pen, but it's still going to get penned most of the time with HE, especially at the tier that you're at, where you're seeing a lot of 122mm guns, 105mm guns, and 120mm as well, and of course your own 128s. And so keep that in mind, that it's still not going to be that forgiving if you find yourself out of position. As far as mobility, it's very, very similar to the SU. It's very similar. This can go up to 60. The SU is a little slow. No, it's a little faster top speed, but gets up to that top speed a little slower. So this is more engine power, but a lower top speed. But of course, you do have that fully rotating turret, which the SU does not. So if someone is trying to go around you, or if you need to turn your turret all the way around to shoot someone who's on an opposing flank, this tank will do that a little better than the SU. However, we then get onto the part where this tank is not good for sniping from the back. It has no camo. It has almost the same as some heavy tanks. So if we take, for example, the IS-22, I do not have camo crew trained on this. This is just this with camo paint and food. That's actually not that far off the base camo rating of the Scorpion. It's not very good. So people will very, very easily spot you if they've got any kind of reasonable view range, especially if you're shooting. So yeah, you're definitely gonna want to stay. If you are sniping, you want multiple layers of bushes between you and your opponent that you are shooting at. Alternatively, you might want to play the hit and run maneuver, where you take a shot and then use your mobility to get out of there. It's just not one of those that can hide very effectively. Especially if we compare it to, say, the Canonier Jagdpanzer 105. This is with camo, but this takes, if we take, and with food, but if we take both those off, then that'll still be over 20% camo when stationary at the very least. So this thing, if you want to snipe with a German TD that's premium, this is the one. This is what you take. The Skorpion doesn't hide at the back very well. View range, base view range is 360 meters. Not the best, not the worst. At the tier, certainly can mess you up if you don't have a good crew, because you cannot put vents on this thing. So your best bet in terms of boosting your view range is a combo of optics and binos, because then at the very least, if you do get into a position where you can hide, you can at least put your binos up. Uh, so I tend to just run optics on mine, and you can run a camo net. That's just what I had from the last time I played it, which is quite a while ago now, to be fair. So I'll probably be changing that setup soon. As far as how much Wargaming are charging for this thing, they're charging £30 and 90 pence, which, when converted to euros, is 36 euros and 39 euro cents. So that's quite a lot. That's quite a lot. At that price, I don't really feel like this is worth it in 2021. Particularly with how HE works now, it works a lot more like AP, so it is going to more consistently pen you than it did before. And while non-pens will do less, on average at least, and you are more likely just to get absolutely shit on by HE. Like I say, your camo is not very good, so this thing's relying mostly on its mobility and its gun, more than anything else. So I kind of feel like at £30, a bit much for what this thing is. Don't get me wrong, it's good. It's a good TD still. I just don't feel like that's the best price. If this thing was, £5 less, um, maybe if it was, £25, maybe. So convert the £25. It was, yeah, just under 30 euros. Yeah, maybe, but I can't say that I recommend it at over £30, which is, like I say, over 36 euros. So yeah, if only it was cheaper. If only it was cheaper, I could maybe recommend it. And but either way, if you do want a good TD, it's not a bad choice still. I can't recommend it at that price, but in the end, it's up to you guys. If you want to spend that much, you will get a good TD out of it for sure. Anyway, that's all from me. If you guys have played the Scorpion, and which I'm sure many of you have at this point, it has been around for a long time. It's been very, very popular. And then let me know in the comments what you think of it, what your experiences were, and yeah, if you do happen to have never played it, if you've never owned this thing and you happen to buy it after watching the video, let me know. Anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by and watching this one. I'm gonna go head off to work. I'm gonna try and stream again tonight. I did stream last night, but no guarantees. Basically the next couple of days after this video goes up. Uh, I'll be working basically 4 days straight. So today, the next four, and so following three after today, I will. I don't know if I'll be streaming, but if I am, check the Twitter, check the Discord. Links are down below, and they're going to be short streams, so no more than 2 hours. I just simply won't have time before I have to get some sleep before I wake up in the morning to make another one of these. So yeah. Anyway, guys, bye for now.